So I've got to say this. I just feel like there's a lot of talk about how there should be nonviolence on our behalf. First, I'll say there's a difference between protesters and opportunists. There are a difference between the people who are seriously angry about what this country has been doing to our people for years and still doing. And then there are people who don't give a shit about what's going on in the streets or anywhere. They just want to be negative and create havoc. And yes, they are stealing and, doing things that have nothing to do with the protesting. But as far as nonviolence goes, it's a beautiful concept. It's beautiful. And I applaud my people, my black people, for having a concept like that, for thinking that way, for still thinking morally, thinking that, there's a positive, we can be positive in a world that was built on violence. You are trying to fight a war against people who are using violence on you, who have been using violence on you for over 500, 600 years. They've used violence to bring us here. They used violence to contain us, to oppress us, to brainwash us. They've used violence to get rid of our most powerful civil leaders. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, those men are gone, and many more gone through violence. And here it is over 50, 60 years after, civil rights movements and stuff, and we are still oppressed. We are still being murdered in the streets by police. We are still being treated like animals. And people are still saying nonviolence. I would like to know when will black people fight back? Because how could you possibly think you can fight back through justice and law of America? How could you do that? What makes you think that the people that brought us here against our will wrote a law or wrote laws that will ever come to our aid? What makes you think that? Their plan is to kill us. Their plan is if we can kill the ones that aren't cooperating, we can brainwash the ones that are cooperating and make money off of them and, use them as the mules that we've been using them as for years. I don't understand, what black people are thinking at this point. Like, what exactly will help us? And here's another question. Like, when do we leave? When is our exodus? Why have we become comfortable here in America? Think about this land. This land was owned by other people before it became America. This was something else. There were people living here. There were natives here. White people came here and took this land and claimed it was a new world. We found this, brought us here, made us build this, made us believe in their religion, made us do so many things, and then had our parents raise us that way, and all these things that they've done to us, and we're still here. And now we're trying to fight, saying these are our communities that we're tearing down. These are our neighborhoods. No, it's not. You guys, we don't own any of this stuff. This is not our country. This is not our land. And they continuously show us this. They continuously portray it, even to the black people in the media. Like, you're on television watching for years the brutality and the degrading tactics that they've used to kill us and our culture, and you're reporting it and you're shaking your head like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. What should we be doing? I've never been to jail. I've never had any run-ins with the police, the law system, or anything like that. I've been working, graduated, went to college. I've done so many different things, and I'm still seen as a black man, a black problem. You know, when white people come to my job, yes, I see them looking for the white person to help them first. When white people get on the train and they see that one seat and it's next to me, yes, I've been followed. I've been threatened by police. I've been watched by police. I've been questioned as a black man. So I don't understand what it is that we're thriving for here, what it is that we're going for. And I just would like to know, when is it time to fight back? When another country comes after America, what do? They go over there and they fight back. They come with the guns. They bring out the big boys. They fight. But we don't. As black people, we don't fight for anything. Black people would rather sit in church all Sunday or all week, whenever, go to church and sit in those four walls that you can barely afford because they have oppressed our money. They have oppressed our growth, our progress. You'd rather sit in church and pray and shout and dance and all this foolishness. There's no work. There's no fight. There's nothing. I posted something a few days ago where I was like, if 500,000 black people, that's not many black people, if 500,000 black people could get together and equally put in $240 each, $240 each, 500,000 black people, $240 each. If they all would put that in as a whole, we would have $120 billion as a whole. That's only 500,000 black people. Imagine 100 million black people in our country getting together, or all over the world, just black people coming together and putting just a small amount of what we spend on food, clothes, Jordans, parties, out drinking. If we spent just a small amount of that money and made our own bank, made our own communities, made our own countries, where would we be? Would we really be out in the street looting and acting a fool because of what the white man is doing to us, because of what police officers are instructed? Think about it. Think about it. The police, they have a chief. The chief has a commissioner, or however these ranks go. It's coming down from the same people that you guys are voting for, the same people that you guys are paying your taxes to employ. And everyone's like, nonviolence. I don't understand nonviolence. I don't understand. I don't understand peace, because that's not something that me as a black person, that's not what my culture has been opened up to. We've been greeted with violence from white people, and now we are leaving this world from the violent hands of white people. So I don't understand. And the religion that they have taught us, as if you want to go by it, Jesus, if Jesus was nonviolent, Jesus was taken out of here through violence. We are supposed to be the good people because, we follow Christ, we follow God. We're black and we are like the salt of the earth. We are the ones, but why is good always overtaken by the evil? And good always just sits back and hopes that one day we will be rescued. One day something will happen. Our heroes are murdered. And they give them a holiday, one day. They gave us 1 month. So Black History Month, does that mean that the other 11 months have nothing to do with us? And then on top of us getting a month for Black History, it's the shortest month in the year. They don't respect us. They don't care about us. So I don't understand when people say nonviolence, y'all out there in the street burning down the town I grew up in. You're not even supposed to be. We're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be treated the way that we're being treated. Like, you are so brainwashed into this American dream that was never meant for you. You're brainwashed. And you wonder why, all these other immigrants and these countries are coming at us and they want to kill Americans. They want to burn this country down because they are where they're supposed to be. And Americans are coming there and ruining their countries too. You can't come to a country where people are, mom and pop shops. They trade and they sell amongst each other and then build a McDonald's, build a Burger King to ruin what these people have built as far as nourishment and food to help grow their communities. But America comes over there and they start these things that that ruined our country, ruined this country, and they come over there and they're trying to ruin the rest of the world and start a world order. But no one, you guys don't see that. What you guys see is, world star hip hop. You guys want to fight each other. You want to spend all your money on things that don't matter. You're wearing these $300 sneakers on the train that they're making you pay $3 for, even though the trains are always late. The subways always look a mess. Like, you really have to look at it and think, what can we do? It's hard to think, okay, what can I do as a person? But as far as us, black people, stop getting on social media saying bad things about your people. White people, they already have that job. They're doing it already. Let them talk about how we're out here looting and robbing and stealing and killing, like they're not doing it. Like you haven't seen a white person rob a store before. Like you haven't seen white people riot before. Come on, don't be stupid. Don't fall into that. Think, how can we get out of here? How can we change this? If the Jews can come here and create their own communities, why haven't we done that? Why don't we have our own businesses, our own strips? What are the black cops thinking? Are you still a cop? Are you black and you're still a cop? Are you kidding me? Like, I mean, do what you want, no judgment here. But at the end of the day, if all of these white cops are killing your people, are you out there standing next to them? Do you not see the bigger picture here? It's not about today. It's not about yesterday or tomorrow. It's about us on this planet. They will bring martial law. And once they bring that, it's over. You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But if it all boils down to these motherfuckers like money and they will treat us like trash over money, black people, we have money. As poor as y'all think you are out here, they want you to see, poverty. They want you to think and live poverty. But if you have $200 and you have 200 friends, y'all can get together and put that $200 together and fix your building, renovate your building, at least renovate the lobby, at least get people in there to teach your children how to get jobs, how to start bank accounts. We can do it on our own. We don't need the white people. Think about how they needed us. They needed us to start this country. They weren't going to get out in those fields and pick that cotton themselves. They needed us. They needed us. And they still do. But they treat us like shit. And I just wish that we would stop thinking about, nonviolence, be peaceful. It's never going to be peaceful. They will continue to break us down and treat us like trash until we figure out that we are at war and we fight back. Not only with violence, but with violence, with integrity, with intelligence, doing things, actions. I just pray that, I have so much more to say. I don't want to just go ranting, but there's so much more to this. And I'm just getting upset with the comments of black people coming at these other black people about the rioting and what they're doing out in the street. Like, if those are your kids, maybe you should have taught your kids to do better things in situations like this. Or maybe they have every right to be so angry to go out and burn down City Hall or burn down the Capitol or burn down these places that are enslaving us in just another way. The violence that is happening out in Baltimore is this compared to what these people have been doing to us to get us to this point.